Hey everybody, Leah Klett here with the Christian Post. My guest today is actor Luke Dimyan. He plays Judas Iscariot in The Chosen, now on its fifth season. It's always good to see you.
As with you.
How do you feel now that season five is almost out?
Uh Pretty good.
Yeah?
I feel pretty good. Yeah. I'm like, finally. We're just kind of like waiting for it to come out along with everybody else. So it's funny. It's about to come out and we're about to go see we're about to work on season 6 soon. So I don't even think we're gonna really even get to enjoy the release of season 5 before we just start going back to work again. But that's kind of the business.
So you portray one of the most historically significant and complex characters in Jesus' story, Judas Iscariot. Talk to me about how you bring depth and nuance to a character that is really just connected to betrayal.
Well, I have a lot of thanks to the writers for that. They naturally already sprinkled a lot of nuance in his story, and they work a lot with discovery, and they try to find different ways to portray him and to show off different sides of him, of like why, what could lead to a sense of betrayal in him. But on the actor side, I just always try to focus on keeping um, his goals very clear, like the things that he's loyal to, that he's loyal to Jesus, his love to his brothers that surround him, but also love to for his culture and people, being being Jewish and having like a strong connection and loyalty to that culture and that pride of uh, being in a cultural state of a military occupation with Rome, looking at that and being honest with what that can cause to an individual's not only perspective of his people's place, but how he feels about himself. Like just trying to be as honest as possible.
Well, without giving too much away, how does season five delve into Judas's internal struggles leading up to the Last Supper?
I think his perspectives and like I mentioned before, the things that he is loyal to are challenged. Uh, the things that he thought would be absolute truths are starting to be shifted and unbalanced, and he's starting to question what their ultimate goal is. And because of the vagueness and since the disciples and he do not have the hindsight that everyone who's read the Bible has, uh, they don't really see what's coming in any capacity, not only the crucifixion, but what Jesus is planning by causing so much personal and outward challenges, not only to the Pharisees in the temple of Jerusalem, but just throughout the crowd, causing more division than unification of our people. I think that leaves is saying very divisive things. I think that leaves him a bit lost and frustrated and confused about what their purpose here is, and not realizing that things aren't going to play out as he thinks.
What were some of your preconceived ideas about Judas that were challenged playing this character and really delving into the scriptures to get to know this person?
I think one of the things that were challenged especially was the cultural aspect. I was purely coming at him from a personal and emotional form, but Dallas really helped me see, as the show as a whole is seen, the appreciation for the Jewish culture and what it means to be Jewish. I'm Coptic Egyptian. I had no recollection or understanding of Jewish culture beforehand, but coming into this show, learning the traditions, learning the mindsets, especially of what it meant to be Jewish in the first century, in that time of the Roman occupation. It really put in perspective uh, a different kind of thought process that would be present and resilient in someone who's being oppressed
Mhm.
by an entire country and an entire like set of peoples, of being looked down upon, being uh, being like just disdained against in general. I That was something that I came to appreciate and was a huge part of this character going throughout the show. So that I really that was something I didn't see coming, but I appreciate it.
I've talked to you at Chosen Con, and I was blown away by the fan base of this show. I mean, people are obsessed with this show. Do you have any memorable experiences with fans?
A lot of screaming, a lot of waves, highs, hellos, some off-putting jokes, but th those are kind of normal. I feel like anybody could get those sometimes. But oh, there was this one girl. I think that I myself I'm a huge fan and nerd of pop culture and movies and TVs in general. And so I was very surprised when a fan just called out to me and she was like Bad Batch for life. And Bad Batch is a Star Wars animated TV show that's on Disney Plus. And so in that moment I kind of felt this very kind like kinship, and I came over and was like, oh my goodness, hi. And I didn't realize, like, to me, to her, I'm someone in one of those TV shows. I was just excited to talk about the stuff that I enjoy watching with this person. But it was just cool to see how this show also can like cross over. Like there are other people who not only watch the things that I watch, but also enjoy this show as well. And the crossover is there. And that was unique, and it made me happy.
In what ways does this season really raise the stakes for the characters and for the story?
Uh oh man, I think everything just gets more intense. Like this is the lion's den. We've been through hardships, especially in the last season, but this is where all the preparation has come to. This is the final show before the catalysts that lead to the eventual last two seasons that we have. Uh, Not only is everyone on edge, not only is everyone realize that this is maybe going to be it, but I think the way we're filming it too. Our cinematographer Akis, he had a film camera that he would take and he would set up his shot list. And I think we might have used an anamorphic lens. I might be wrong, but the way we're filming this is extremely different, and it's up the scale from the past four seasons combined. Like it is truly cinematic, and I think you'll see that, especially if you see it in the theaters. I think it's going to be something like you've never seen before.
How has playing Judas impacted your perspective as an actor and a storyteller?
Uh, I think it's given me perspective, specifically in my career, of patience. Less so much personal connection with the character, but especially with the show and with my castmates and with its reception. It's definitely all been new experiences, but I've learned to just be appreciative and patient of what I have and with where my journey's going, and that nothing is set
Hmm.
yet until you let it be. So I'm very appreciative to have gotten to play this part and to be a part of this story in the long run, and to know that that's that's mine now. No matter
Mhm.
the allotted amount of time, you can compare it to the other performers, you can compare it to other actors, but this one was mine, and I'm very, very happy to have been a part of it.
Okay, so what can you tell us about season 6?
Hmm. Uh, is the sixth season.
Mm.
And let's see, Jesus is in it.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
that happens. Um, Read your Bible, I guess. There's more in there. There's more of it in there. I don't want to. I'm not gonna lie though. We don't have NDAs, so I don't really know what we're allowed or not allowed to talk about. I don't want to say something that's obvious for a joke and then get a call from Dallas like 2 weeks later. It's like, congratulations, you ruined everything. Like I don't want to play test that. So I'm just gonna keep it extremely vague for now.
Fair. I'll give you that. We'll circle back in a couple months when you can tell me more.
Absolutely. We'll see each other again. It'll be fine.
What is your hope for season 5? We are A week out from release, what's your hope? What do you hope fans take away?
I really just hope they enjoy it. I know people are excited for the emotional or spiritual aspects that could come. I know everyone's bringing their tissue boxes and whatnot, but genuinely, as a performer at my heart, I really hope that wherever they watch it, whether it's at home or in the theaters, I really hope that they just walk away from it like filled, like that they just enjoyed their time. And who knows? I really hope they have like either a favorite episode or a favorite moment that they'll want to come back to and watch again in like a year's time or something. I really just hope they enjoy it as a whole because our team put a lot of work into it, and I genuinely think this is our best season yet.